Hello ladies, today I'm bringing to y'all my new silicone. I have a box opening video I did a few days ago, and I just want to do a details video of Royal today and show some of his layout and things. He is the Houston Sculpt by Laurie Sullivan Roy. And here we go. I'm trying to just get a good picture of him for the thumbnail. Let me give a wide picture of him. Here he is, and I don't know why he's coming out so red, because he's really not that red. And you're picking up behind him my cabinet, which has my kits and things in it, so that looks kind of weird. But anyway, we can start with his details, and I named him Royal KC, Royal after a family name, because he looks like some of the men in my family, and KC after the really good friend that let me adopt him. I guess we can start with his face, if you like. And he is a full body silicone. He's a drinking wet also. So he's so soft. Let's see if we can see it open his mouth. See? He has his little tube in there, and I will be doing a feeding video soon, hopefully, with him. And he has a little furrowed brow. I don't know if y'all can tell, but he does have a furrowed brow. And he looks really sweet. And he's got them big old ears, but I really like his ears too. There's one ear. Here's his other ear. And his hair is like a strawberry blonde, dirty blonde. And it's really soft. And it's pretty because right up on his temples, it gets lighter. It's like more of a blonde on his temples. And, darker. Which looks really natural to me. And his rooting is excellent. Of course, I'm biased. Everything about this baby seems excellent to me. But so I can see, and he has a little romper on. It's a little bit big, but I kind of like big clothes, and it's vintage. And I kind of pulled it up so you could see his legs better, but it actually goes down a little bit further it's supposed to. So we can start with his hands, and I'm really hoping how good it picks it up, that y'all can see his nails, how good his nails are. You see the nail beds, and this one particularly right here, you can see the actual nail coming off. Not coming off, but I mean you can see the nail coming out from his nail bed. And his nails really amaze me. And you can see his knuckles. And here's the inside of his hand. And what else gets me about this sculpt, he seems very well proportioned to me. Like realistic. And there's his inside of his hand. And let's do his other hand. Inside of his other hand. And here's his nails. And here's his hand against mine. Y'all can see how realistic it looks, because it looks a lot like the same coloring, of my hand. And here is his knee, one of his knees, and the bottom of his feet. See, he's got kind of big feet too, sort of. And here's his nails on his foot. His painting is really nice too. Here is his other bottom of his foot. And his nails. Here's his other knee. And I don't know what else details will show you. I mean, later on I can show you his chest and him in a onesie so you can see a little bit. I mean, him in his diaper so you can see a little bit more. But it's looking like his feet are so big. I mean, the way he's sitting, but he's actually very well proportioned. I think it's just because of the angle that I'm at. But there he is, my Royal Casey. And I said he's a very special baby to me. And I will put his passy in if I can get it, so I can do it one-handed. I have to set the camera down for just a second. Well, I don't know if I can do this with one hand. Let's see if we can hold it. Probably not. Oh, let's see. Oh, sorry, guys. Okay, I'm back. I'll put his passy in. I can't do it one-handed. But this is his passy that he sleeps with and stuff like that, because it's a smaller one. Busy sleeping. Okay, there's my darling. And now I'll show you his, there's Royal Casey. I'll show you his crib. He's so spoiled. This is going to be his crib. It's an antique, like a, well, I don't say antique, maybe a vintage crib. It looks like it's handmade to me. And his theme is Peter Rabbit, so he's got him a Peter Rabbit in there. Pretty big Peter Rabbit. sitting in the corner of his crib. And he's got the blue blanket. Oh, sorry guys. And then he's got him a pillow. And I actually have not really put him in here yet because he's so spoiled. He's been sitting in the living room with me and his bouncer, but eventually he might go in here. And here's my backdrop that I try to do some videos with. It's just a quilt, baby quilt, against the wall. And now I'll show you some of his things. He's got this bottle he got from his auntie, Casey, that let me, oh gosh, that let me adopt him. And I was trying to, whoops, sorry guys, I was trying to show it. It's a glass vintage bottle. It's got a blue top. And it's the 4-ounce kind, which I think is going to be a lot easier to handle. I also bought this one, and it's an 8-ounce vintage even flow glass bottle, but I think the one Casey, his auntie Casey sent him, who he's named after also, will be a lot easier to handle. And this is just a plastic bottle. I thought it was cute. Blue bottle. And he actually has an entire shelf of clothes, but I just pulled out some of my favorite ones. Here's his Peter Rabbit little romper, and that's really cute because this is embroidered, the Peter Rabbit, and it's a little bit furry, so that's really pretty. And here is another vintage, I'm not sure if this is going to fit him, it's kind of big, but it's a vintage little sweater with a doggy on it, and checkered. And here's a Passys that I made him. It has a Peter Rabbit button on it. I don't know if that's focusing too good. And little pearls that I put around. It's not perfect. And this one is his little bling one. Since his name was Royal, I put a little crown on there with his little jewels around it. And one of them did pop off the jewels, so I'm going to have to fix that one. And here's some other, this is like a little suit outfit. Sort of like a onesie with a built-in vest and bow tie. They're actually both attached to that shirt, and then little gray pants that go with it. And then here's some vintage like sweaters, little buckle in the front. And here's another vintage little sweater outfit with the pants, or the kind of like the little diaper cover and the top that goes with it. And these are all vintage. I'm really hoping they're going to fit. They might be a tad big on him, but it's cute. And I found this at the thrift store. I thought it was really cool. It's not necessarily vintage, but it says Calvin Klein. And it's a top. I don't know if y'all can pick that up, but it looks like a little scrub top. And this is on the side of it. It's like for the baby, the hospital, where you can fill it out. I guess it's similar to like, you know, the little card that's on the baby bed when you're in the hospital with the baby. Anyway, it's like a little miniature scrub top, so I thought that was adorable. And then here is like a little, I don't know if you call it a vest exactly, but this is really vintage. It's probably one of the oldest ones I have. And the buttons, it's got little race cars on it, and like a little flag. And these are all the ones I'm showing you now are all vintage. Another shirt. It's just very simple. And on the top you can see the collar has a little sailboats on it. And these are probably from, I don't even know, 1960s, 70s maybe. I can't believe they're in such good shape though. And this one, this may not be real vintage, but no, because it's Calvin Klein, but it does look kind of vintage. It's just a romper, yellow romper that buttons up. I have to iron that one. I don't think you can see it, but it's like actually checkered, really tiny checkered, like yellow and white. And this is what they call a balloon. I guess it's like a balloon romper, where the pants or the little diaper part is like ballooned out. And it's really tiny blue and white stripes. This is vintage, one of his vintage things. And on the top, if I can see that, it looks like it's embroidered. It's a little teddy bear holding some balloons with a string. That's one of the vintage, and this is another vintage sweater romper that I got from my good friend Marilyn. And it has sailboats. Gosh, I didn't realize it had so many things with sailboats on it. And that's actually like a sweater material. So that is all his things, and he's very spoiled, as you can see, and he's still sleeping. He's like, this does not faze me. I'm still resting over here. But anyway, that's all his things. And I'll show you a quick, here's a picture I have on the wall. It's really pretty. It's like a Victorian picture of a little girl. It's pretty. Anyway, I'm going to show you his, don't mind the other stuff in the closet. This is one of my closets for my dolls. This is his shelf right here. You can see he has tons of stuff. He's so spoiled. His little bow tie there. And he has tons of clothes. He's so spoiled. This shelf is just for him. The other shelves are for all my babies together, but he gets his own shelf because he's a spoiled rotten thing. But anyway, I have baby shoes up there and stuff. Sounds exciting. But maybe I'll show real quick. I will show y'all my twins that I finished a few weeks ago. I don't know why they're not coming up very good color, but they are. Pretty realistic coloring here. There is my darling. Well, I've got Knox in my head. That's not Knox, but there he is. And they're twins. And here is, I made these two together. We each painted half with my good friend Casey that also let me adopt Royal. And they have Pooh Bear theme. I don't know if you can see their pillow, Pooh Bear, and they have a little blanket set with Pooh and everything on it. And Casey also made this doll completely by herself, and it's amazing because this is her second doll she ever made. And she is biracial, and she's a gorgeous little girl. She has rooted hair that I brushed back on the side, and she has green eyes, green blue eyes. And there's her little feet, so they all stay together, the bassinet. And there's my big girls over here in the corner. I think I've shown you them before. My masterpiece dolls. Anyway, so that's all I wanted to show you today was little Royal, and he says, bye aunties, thank you for watching me today and seeing all my stuff and seeing my details. And I will be back with another video, maybe a feeding video with Royal, or something different. I do have a new Saskia, an African-American Saskia that I just adopted, and I'll probably be doing a blanket reveal of her. But I just wanted to let y'all see Royal, and he looks really sweet from the side. He's sleeping. Let me see if I can fix his feet there. That don't look very good. Okay, there you go. So there he is, this little sleeping fella. And I hope y'all all have a wonderful day, and that y'all are blessed today. And I will see y'all later. Thank you, ladies.